Jones looking to throw it on the first play. He's got Bellinger. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts. To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Right here. Mike's 40, Mike's 40.
Now Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here we go.
On 2nd down at 4. Jones, blitz coming, and down he goes. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react. I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
The Texans at 6-2 to start play. They come in off a loss last time out, but overall they've been playing pretty well. 6 wins and 8 prior to that defeat.
And last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss, and they'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
He'll drop it off to McAllister as running back. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
He'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now this throw caught left side, and they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Flushed out right.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away.
Fields it right around the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now, the midterm elections are now concluded, and I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief for that. But now it's time for midterm football, where we've moved past the unofficial halfway point of the season, and we got a couple of good matchups in the night games here in Week 10. Tonight it's North versus South in California, the Chargers and Niners from Santa Clara. And then tomorrow, Monday night, it's both Charles's birthday, happy early birthday, buddy, and the first primetime appearance for the Commanders as they travel up to Philly to take on the Eagles. A lot going on.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Ford is Mike.
Throwing Jones. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jerry Hughes make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 21 yards. Well done on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Cody Barton there to bring him down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Cook's full extension, it's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Back to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Running right, here's McAllister. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it. Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
So all field goals so far, 6-3 our score as the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
New York set to take the field.
Well, they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils down really to one question. How do we come up with that first win?
It's a great question, and I do think that they'll get it because they've been close a few times. But in order to get it done, morale has to stay high, so a lot of that goes on the coaching staff. You know, easy to coach when you're 7-1. That's a piece of cake. But with their record right now, how did they manage to keep these guys going in the right direction? And they're going to need some help from some of those veterans in the locker room as well.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Mike 16, Mike 16. Hey, check.
Back to throw. Jones. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded at the 20. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, they'll throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
On 3rd down, Barkley. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Texans with the football here late in this 1st half. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Giants now going to take over late in this 1st half. Well, not much time remains here in this 1st half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half.
2nd and 4. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Looking to throw. Jones. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. On the move past the 40. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. They find some open field here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. It's complete to Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A first down carry for Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
So here are the Texans to take over. They were losers to Philadelphia a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead as they start this drive.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 6. To the left there and complete to Howard. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. They'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Credit Julian Love with a pass breakup.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now back to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. First and 10, it's Pierce.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
The end result, 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
They'll try again, and this time he is in for a Houston touchdown. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his...
Touchdown! John Ross, 50 yards.
And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4. Meanwhile, Jones' throw on target to James.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up second down.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones throwing the out route incomplete. That's James. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw again. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Down inside the 10.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
16's coming. Check Mike. Check Mike.
Barkley. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Hey, check Mike 16. Check Mike 16.
Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley from 8 yards out.
And the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
That's not good. Hey, 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. Hey, tight down. There you go. 40's Mike. 40's Mike. Here we go.
Jones throwing for it.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari.
Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Dancing to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Now Jones throwing to start the drive. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Jones from the gun on 3rd down. James has got it. Complete.
Finding room at midfield.
30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Richie James, 78 yards.
And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recover. Murray fighting, lost the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his left. That'll be caught. It's the tight end Howard. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. That one looks like he'll throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Now they got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll drop to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, a 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We're facing a big 4th quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, Well, their defense.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Jones now throwing on first down.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. And he'll find Akins there, complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James.
And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Back to throw. Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Now this likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.